Sergeant Fury. You wanna be the judge and jury. You teach me everything I know.
I guess as a kid I was probably programmed to read comics because of all the cartoons like Super Friends and things like that, and then in the 90s there was Batman. Obviously that was huge. Like basically from 1990 on I started reading comics for real. Like people would let me borrow them and we would have them on the bus. But I started going to like a comic book specialty shop, like a comic book store, after Batman and once Ninja Turtles got really big. So those are my two big foundational titles. So I was reading Batman for a long time, and other random stuff like The Demon, which is coming out from DC. Garth Ennis wrote that for a while, who writes Preacher now, or has written Preacher and other things. And then I stopped because of college, and I was poor. And then they had a couple good graphic novels in college. They had Alan Moore's Swamp Thing, and I think after that, when I graduated, I was reading Sandman, and a lot of the Vertigo stuff at the time, which was really amazing. And then I wound up here, and then I read everything, basically. So I tend to recommend books somewhere, whatever strikes my fancy, honestly. Like, I don't give recommendations on books I haven't honestly read, or, if I don't know it, I'll just tell you, well, I haven't read this book, people tell me it's awesome, or, I have read that book and I'm just so-so on it. But I try to, have some integrity to what I say is good to people, so they trust me. Like, when I say this is a good book, I want you to believe me. When I say it's judge for yourself, it's, take it with a grain of salt. Everyone's opinion is subjective.
Well, I won't say inherited isn't the right word. I've been working here for about 6 years, and the boss at the time was looking to get out. So he just offered it to me. I mean, I think maybe I'd proven myself, like working hard or something. It wasn't because I had a ton of money and was a super huge investor or anything like that. But yeah, he just offered it to me, and I, on the advice of my girlfriend at the time, I put together a bunch of loans, and with her we co-owned it. Yeah, that's how we did it. We just basically scraped together some money and lied to a bunch of credit card companies to get all this money, but we paid it off. The store paid for itself.
Our customer base is pretty diverse, actually more diverse than you might give us credit for. The stereotype, the 30-something lives in his parents' basement, balding guy, is true to some extent. But I mean, any stereotype has some unfortunate grain of truth, I guess. But yeah, no, I mean, I think the bulk of our comic book shoppers are probably young people just getting into college or just out of it, into their 30s and 40s. But professionals, people who are just working jobs, and this is their form of entertainment. So we get some odd requests, and whatever. I had a guy come in high one time, and he was like, "Do you have books about robots?" And I was like, it's like you have to kind of turn off your evil, snarky comic book guy brain, which is hard. Yeah, you just have to ask the questions honestly. I mean, that's retail. And I don't think that's particular to comics. I mean, I've worked in a number of different retail sales positions, and you just have to, be graceful. And people might ask you a wacky question, but it's not wacky to them. So just answer it to the best of your ability without irony or condescension, if possible. I'm always planning ahead, or at least I'm always trying to plan ahead. Specifically, I'm hiring a couple new part-timers, Carlos and Ross, and they're going to help me with gaming, because I know me and Brian and I are kind of comic book store guys. We know comics really well. I used to do a little more gaming, so I know some stuff, but I'm very out of date, and I'm not really in the trenches, so to speak. So I'm hoping they can help me out to focus on that. And to that end, I'm doing a lot more events with Magic. I've got what I hope will be a really cool ladies-only night, so Ladies' Night of Magic in February, right before Valentine's Day, where it'll be girls-only, sealed deck tournament where you buy the packs, make your deck right there. So no coaching from the boys if there's a boyfriend or an army wife of Magic, if you will. I don't want any coaching. So I hope that's good. this year, New Year's, I'm having a Magic tournament where I'm giving away like a playset of Elspeth Terrell, which is a really good Magic card, and hopefully that's good. I figure I was always the kind of kid where I didn't have a lot to do on New Year's, or you're stuck with the family on Christmas Eve and you don't want to be there. So I'm holding a Christmas Eve Magic tournament, and I'm holding a New Year's Eve Magic tournament. I'm sure, you know, some people will have stuff to do, but if you don't, and again, like maybe we're playing on nerd stereotypes there, but if you don't and you want to play Magic with us, like I will be here till midnight at least running this tournament for you, and we can have a ball and, you know, drink sparkling cider and eat cookies, and maybe I'll have some sort of giant like ball dropping joke thing I can do. I was thinking of having like 2 balls, like 2 giant like glittering balls that we could drop at midnight, so you could watch Cyborg's balls drop. So we'll see. I don't know. I think our balls dropped a long time ago, but maybe they didn't. We'll see.